Good afternoon, it's Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and we got a brand new MAlice Queen of White Binders to go over with y'all today. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, out of all the three new archetypes coming out of this set, I gotta say MAlice, or MAlice, how you want to pronounce it, is probably my favorite of the bunch. This new Link archetype, that seems pretty insane to me, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And the final wave of support this card's getting, and its first wave, seems like a fucking home run. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this card seems like a custom card. This is the new MAlice Queen White Binder. It's a new Link 3 Dark Cybers effect monster, 2300 attack. Its arrows are up, left, and right. So think Tri-Gate Wizard on its arrows, because basically it has the same arrows as Tri-Gate Wizard. This materials requires 2+ monsters, including a MAlice monster. And it can only use its first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. Any monster with 3 effects that say you have to use each once per turn is usually insane. So let's get straight into this. So first effect, if this card is spell summon, target up to 3 cards in the graveyard, banish them. This is an insane interruption, not only against your opponent if they're playing a graveyard-focused deck, but also to benefit your deck. Your monsters want to be banished. All the main deck MAlice monsters, including the Links, all have the effect, when banished, spell summon themselves and then pop off with their additional effects. This card literally reads, hey, when you Link summon me using IP Masquerada on your opponent's turn, banish any MAlice monsters in your graveyard, then spell summon them onto your field, and then proceed to just pop off of that. Or just banish your opponent's entire graveyard, because this card does just banish 3. This card is already a custom card, already a must-have, 2 of in a deck, and we haven't even gone over its second and third effect. Its second effect is that during the main phase, you may set 1 MAlice trap for your deck or graveyard. That is an absolutely stupid effect. Don't forget, only MAlice trap cards can be activated on the turn they're set, meaning this card literally says, search a quick play spell. That's literally what this card does every single turn. And not only can it search it from deck, it can recycle them from graveyard. So they ever limit one of these cards to 1, or you end up going through all 3 copies of your cards in the main deck, no worries. This card can keep recycling them from the graveyard, which is an absolutely phenomenal effect. And then the third and final effect of this card says, if this card becomes banished by any means, pay 900 life points, special summon it, then draw 1. You know how custom that is? That means, just like all the other MAlice Link monsters, when this card is special summoned, draw 1 and bring this thing back. All the MAlice monsters in the main deck and extra have the effect when they're banished by some themselves. So this card, you can make this, link it off for another one, then use this to banish this one, bring back this one, draw 1. This card is incredible. If you can banish this on your opponent's turn, not only can you just trigger the banish 3, but you also get a draw 1, which is absolutely incredible and absolutely stupid. And yeah, this card is just cracked out of its mind. The fact you just have to pay 900 life points to special summon it, and then you just draw 1, is pretty incredible. And honestly, I'd be playing it in my Punk deck if it wasn't locked into Cybers. I'm not gonna lie, that Cybers lock is still kind of scary. But besides that, everything in this archetype seems pretty insane. The new trap cards that can activate on the turn you set them are absolutely insane. All the main deck monsters are basically Stratoses for the deck, and they just extend themselves when you banish. They're absolutely insane. I've seen a couple of builds of this deck already, playing the Metaphys cards and playing like just a banish engine, where you just play, like, because they're all dark types. So you can play like Allure of Darkness to draw 2 and then just trigger one of them to spell summon themselves. And there's just a whole bunch of like goofy things you can do with the banish mechanic. Now this deck is just abusing out of its asshole. Like, this whole archetype seems just absolutely insane. And this is just the start. This is just wave 1 of support. Keep that in mind. Raziel and the other ritual archetype, they're only on wave 1 of support. This archetype will only ever get better with wave 2 and wave 3. And if Konami really loves this archetype, which it looks like they do, because the previous archetype, the previous deck build sets, Centurions, they got 4 waves of support. Mementos got 4 waves of support. And I think the same thing's going to happen here for MAlice. I think MAlice is going to get 4 waves of support. And if that's the case, if they get 4 brand new waves of good support, just like this first wave, this deck will be meta. It might already be meta. This deck has potential to ruin formats. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This might be the next Zodiac. This might be my copium here. These cards seem cracked out of its mind. Now, I think the biggest thing holding it back right now is the Cybers lock. The fact that you're locked into Cybers means you have to be playing a Cybers-focused deck, and because this deck focuses on the Banish mechanic and trap cards, it doesn't really play like any other Cybers deck we've seen currently in the modern card game. The best thing I could say is playing like the Code Talkers or playing the Math Mechs or any other generic Cybers archetypes or Adnixters. Those are all just generic Cybers archetypes. But none of them really resolve around the Banish Zone. They don't really play like that. And they all have different attributes and mechanics that kind of do their own thing. So I don't know if this deck's going to be great pure on its own, or it's going to end up being splashed in some like unique engine. We're just going to have to wait and see. But everything that we see so far, this archetype is going to be a 10 out of 10. Like, it already feels like a 10 out of 10. Like, the way it plays, the way it moves, there's so many different builds already online on Dueling Nexus that I think this deck has the potential to be the next Snake Eyes. I'm not even lying to you. Like, this archetype, its bones, like the bones of this archetype are already good enough to be playing on its own. And this is only wave 1. This is only the first initial 8 cards. We still have 4 more sets of support for this archetype, or 3 more sets technically. That's pretty insane. Now, I do think they do need a boss monster. I do know that they keep linking into the link 3s. Maybe they need a link 1, possibly, maybe a link 2. I think, if I remember correctly, they're all link 3s, and that's kind of like their whole gimmick. They're link 3s, the queens, and then everyone else is pawns. We might be getting rooks, we might be getting bishops, we might be getting a king. There's so many ways to go with this archetype. I just want to see. And I love how her name is MAlice, because it's like Alice, but MAlice is like evil. They're like evil freaking robots, even though they're fucking lollies, which is weird. I'm not sure why they call them MAlice. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this video. I hope you all enjoy. Take care. Don't do anything stupid. And cherish your loved ones. I'm not gonna lie, it's been rough this couple of weeks. I had a close family member pass away, and that's why it's been hard to make these videos. But I'm going to keep strong and try to post as much as possible. But don't be surprised if I don't post until the ban list or something. But you all take care. Don't do anything stupid. I'll see y'all next one, and bye-bye.